What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and I am back with another anime figure unboxing / review of Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the super action statue. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know that I, love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, one of my favorite animes of all time, and that Joestar is my favorite JoJo out of all the JoJo's that we have currently gotten within the anime portion. Now, obviously, as I'm recording this, only part 5 has been animated up until now, but this Joestar, I had to get this because honestly, even though I don't consider part 2 one of my top 2 favorite parts, part 2 is a part that I really love only because of the character of Joestar and the way his personality is within the show. It definitely ranks him among the top of the Joestars, and he is my favorite JoJo. But before we get into the unboxing, before we get into the review, I gotta say shout out to my Patreon pledgers for pledging and financially helping the boy and help the channel out. I gotta say I highly appreciate what you guys are doing, and I gotta say that I highly appreciate y'all believing in me. Secondly, I gotta give a big shout out to Noti Gang and my returning viewers / subscribers for all the love and support y'all give me. Shout out to the new viewers and new subscribers, and if you aren't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy if you do like anime content, and hit that post notification bell. That way you know whenever I come out with newer and doper content. And I need everybody to go ahead, hit the like button with a Hamon attack. Like, hit it with a Hamon overdrive, because my boy Joseph right here, I think he deserves all the love I'm about to give him in this video, because like I said, he is my favorite character. And lastly, if you want to follow me on my other social media platforms or just talk to me outside of YouTube, all my social links will be in the description down below. I also have a Discord as well where you can add or mention me. And if you want to pledge to Patreon, the link will be in the description. And I got some Dark Sage merch, which the Teespring is also in the description. All those links for everything will be in the description down below. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said before, guys, this is a super action statue of Joestar from JoJo's This is Joestar from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. He is my favorite JoJo. He's within the first season if you do watch it like on some type of streaming service, because part 1 and part 2 are both combined. After the like 8 or 9 episodes of part 1, then you get to part 2, and then you'll have Joestar. As you guys can see, I have been collecting super action statues on the channel. If you want to see my JoJo's Bizarre Adventure playlist, click the link above my head. But as you can see from my magnificent JoJo shelf, I had to get this bad boy, especially since I want to get all the JoJo's, like all the main JoJo's first, and then I want to get the Jo Bros and the villains and things like that. But I currently have on order right now Jonathan Joestar and Dio Brando from part 1. So let's go ahead and unbox this bad boy, because I had to get him since he is the main character of part 2 and my favorite JoJo. So let's go. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing / review portion of this video. Now, I did buy this locally off of a guy on eBay where he was doing a local trade, or I mean not a local trade, but a local sale. I did a video for my Patrons. It was an exclusive video for them. But I bought this bad boy basically off of a local pickup, basically. And I got him for about $120. That was including all the tax that eBay does as of now. But this figure is sold out everywhere that I know of, and this is a re-release, I believe. I'm not sure if this is the original. I'm pretty sure this is a re-release, which I'm still happy about, because you can't find this on any type of site that sells any type of anime figures without it being like 130 or 40. Most of the ones I've seen were already like damaged or missing pieces. But let me go ahead and show you the front of the box right here. Here's one side of the box. Here's the back of the box right here. We can show you different poses where he has the little crossbow when he was going against Wamu. And here's a little thing that he was knocking down the pillars with when he was going against Wamu as well. And he has a Caesar's scarf on here somewhere. Yeah, he has Caesar's scarf right there. Don't want to spoil too much as to why he has Caesar's scarf, but he has a bow and arrow right here. He has multiple hand pieces. He has a stand. These are his faces that he comes with. And he even has the Hamon clicker balls, or the clackers, whatever they're called. Here's the other side of the box. Here's the top of the box, and here's the bottom of the box. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up right now. And as usual, guys, I did not lotion my hands before this video. I lotioned my hands up, but not before this video. But let's go ahead and pull this bad boy out right now. See what he comes with. Like I said before earlier in the video, guys, Joseph is my favorite JoJo. He's my favorite Joestar. And right here is the bottom that comes under the insert that you get. Right here you got the bow and arrow and the Hamon clacker balls, and you got the stand right here. And here's the other stand as well. I did buy this. I'm pretty sure it's used. I'm not really sure if it was brand new or not, but either way, it has all the accessories and everything in it. But here's a stand right here where it usually has the JoJo Bizarre Adventure logo, which I really do like about these stands. Therefore, if I get any other type of figures that articulate like Figmas or anything like that, I won't confuse it for this. But this is super dope as well. Like I said before, got the stands right here, and got the bow and arrow and the clacker balls and the bow and arrow. And right here, we got the figure itself within the plastic. Let's go ahead and take this off real quick. That way we get a closer look at things. I can I already said that this is super dope. Right here, we got multiple hand pieces that I will show you guys. We got this open hand piece, another open hand piece, a grab it hand piece, another grab it hand piece. This one has like a really snug grip. We have this open hand where he's probably doing a pose or something, or charging his Hamon to do a Hamon overdrive. We got a point. We got an extra headpiece, which I can show you guys up close, obviously, which is him like kind of smiling, having his mouth open. And then we also have this mallet right here, this mallet hammer type thing, and we got the crossbow, and we got that boy Joseph Joestar. Let's go ahead and take him out real quick. Whew. This bad boy is beautiful. Definitely like him. I definitely love the fact that he has muscles, because if you guys saw my Giorno Giovanni review, you know that he is pretty skinny because Araki started changing his art style in mid part 4, I believe, making the characters a little more slender, a little more skinnier, while these characters are more based off of Fist of North Star, where they're all big and bulky and buff. Basically some meatheads. And let's go ahead and talk about the figure real quick. Right here, he can articulate. He does articulate well. He has nothing to really restrict his movements like other characters that have like shoulder pieces right here, which I do like. He also doesn't have anything to restrict his movements right here either, because he doesn't have the thing like Giorno does with his top, where it goes over his leg and restricts his movements. Really like that. Really like the shadowing that they put on the character as well. Obviously, these characters, they are fashion masters, so you know he had to show a little belly. And he also has this right here, which is super dope. Definitely love the articulation. Definitely love this little thing coming out as for the wristband or whatever. And my boy looks clean. And I gotta say, I really like the hair sculpts. I feel like the hair sculpts are the slept on parts or pieces about these figures, because look at the detail, look at the shadowing, and look at the coloring of the hair pieces right here. I think it just looks super dope, especially since there are different colored versions. Like, this is manga accurate version, while the anime accurate version, he has brown pants on with a green top. And I still think that these figures do look dope. I definitely want to get that one because I am more familiar with the anime than the manga, even though I do have all the manga in the back too. But this is super dope. Like I said before, I do love the shadowing on these figures. And he has his little scarf on too. This looks super dope. My boy got the boots on. He can articulate at the knees. Super dope. I just love it, man. I just love the figures that really don't have anything that restricts their angles of movement or their planes of movement. But this is super dope. And as usual, they had the little tippy toe flexion right here, which I think looks super dope. This is a fire figure, guys. Let's go ahead and test some hands out real quick. With each of these hands, they do come as a pair, so you can just test them out. Like, if I wanted to take this hand off right here, I can always put, well, that hand doesn't go with that. I can always put like this hand with this hand with this right here. And I do like the fact that they put a lot of detailing into these hands, because these do look like actual hands. I sometimes like the proportions, but right here, look, this looks super fire. They even had little lines in them like our hands usually do. But I think that's super dope, in case you want to put him in a little pose that he usually does within the manga, where he has his hands over his face like that. I think that looks super dope. That looks fire. Let's also test out some other hands. Right here. No, wrong hand. I always get the wrong hands out when I'm guessing, but obviously you could tell from you just using your hands as models. But right here we got this. That looks super dope. That looks fire. It looks like he's laughing. It looks like he's giving a little chuckle. But I don't know. I really like these figures. Let's go ahead and see how the bow and arrow looks. Especially, I kind of wish he would have came with a Tommy gun. Him having a Tommy gun would have been like super, super dope. But right here, I'm trying to see how you put it in. Okay, so that's how you have him holding it, basically. Okay, I had to make sure I didn't like break nothing by accident or anything. Okay, yeah, this perfectly fits right here for the crossbow. Obviously, there's another hand where you could use this for the crossbow as well, I believe. I'm not finding it right now, but I didn't want to take too much time to look for it. But right here's the crossbow. Obviously, we take this hand piece out. And this is when he was fighting Wamu. This is towards the end of part 2. This is towards, I believe, the last few episodes. But right here you have this. Ooh, that's actually kind of weighed down. But probably if you put him on a stand or something, I don't know. But you could really do like this. Or you could have him like that. I don't know. It obviously weighs it down because this is pretty heavy compared to his arm being super light and super, like, you know, articulative, if that's a word. But we also have this right here where he has the hammer. You can put the hammer in his hand as well, which is probably super dope. I probably won't have any accessories on him on the shelf because I just want him to be in his JoJo pose. But yeah, we got the hammer right here. I think that this looks super dope. Now, you guys know what we usually do on this channel. You guys know that we got to put him in some different action poses. But before we do that, let's go ahead and take this head off right here. Let me make sure he has a scarf on, but let me go ahead and take this head off right here and see how the other head looks. Oh, and obviously you can take the scarf off, but we're not gonna do that. Oh, there's a part where you can actually stick the scarf on to make it stay still, and it's right there. But let me go ahead. I believe it's snug. Sometimes you can hear them click, sometimes you can't. That's the one thing I really kind of don't like about the super action statues, is that you can never really tell when it's snug in there unless you hear it clicking. Some of these all don't click, but right here is a second faceplate right here, which they did not slack with the details on this one either. Obviously, it looks a little funky right here, but that's because they added Caesar's headband right there with his last piece of you know what. But this is a super dope figure, guys. I really do like this. I'm really loving it, only because mostly he's my favorite character and I love these figures. But let's go ahead, put him in some dope poses. But before we do that, let me look at the bow and arrow, because right here comes the bow and arrow. We don't have any arrow pieces, so really don't know what we're gonna do with that. And you can actually connect them too, so they could be coming apart or be connecting. And we have right here the Hamon clacker balls, which I think looks super dope. But let's go ahead and get him into some dope poses right now. All right, guys, it's time to give y'all my final thoughts of this figure. I honestly think that this figure is fantastic. I think this figure is great. I think all the accessories were needed, and I'm glad to have had them. Now, the one correction I do want to give y'all, because I like to do this part and give y'all the corrections. This actually isn't the bow and arrow. I thought it was, but this is actually a part of this, damn, I forgot what this thing is called, the harpoon or whatever. But it's part of this right here, and actually you can switch this out to, because this is dynamic, and this is supposed to be showing like he's about to catapult that thing off. But you can also have a dynamic showing like, oh, he already catapulted it off, because this is it right here. You can take these parts off like this, which I think is a super dope and neat detail. Now I'm gonna keep it like this because obviously I'm not gonna be using this catapult within me posing him, but I thought that was a pretty neat detail. And also you got the Hamon clacker balls. The one thing I do not like about these is that you kind of can't, well, I mean, even if you could, they're not in the good enough pose for me. Like, I don't like the pose that they're in. I mean, they're all right for right now. I mean, I'm not going to really use them unless I change up the pose later on, but I think this figure is great. I love the additional head as well, with him having Caesar's headband around his head. I think this is a phenomenal piece right here. I think this piece is really going to be slipped on. And I just love this finger point. I don't know why, but I just really love this finger point, probably because in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that finger point is a very distinct thing. And as usual, I forgot to say, even though these figures usually come with it does come with an instruction manual, but this is obviously all in Japanese, so I can't read that for y'all. But let me know what you think about this review. Let me know what you think about the video down below. Let me know what you think about Joestar or JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the anime. Like I said before, I definitely love the anime, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who does like these animes. I will tell you this figure retailed for about, I believe, $100, but on the secondhand market, you can find him for about $130, $140. I think he's worth the price, honestly. And I gotta say thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification bell. Like I said, thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.
Nice, nice! Very nice, Caesar-chan!